All right. So I haven't made a video in a while, but I felt like this was an appropriate time to make a video because when am I not going through a bunch of shit, right? But recently, you guys might know that I lost the mother of my son. And shortly after that, I was involved in an incident where I was arrested for trespassing at Amarillo Police Department. And APD still wants the prosecutors still want to move forward with this case. So at first I was going to represent myself, which was a bad idea. And then I decided, I talked to the paralegal and we talked about some of the facts of the case, and she was like, well, I'll let me get you a court appointed. I'll get you somebody really good. So I was like, all right, bet, I'm down with that, because I had already experienced firsthand that they make it super impossible for you to do anything by yourself. So I get set up with this attorney, and I've been waiting while I get this shit in the mail, and it's basically asking me to give my side of the story about the events that occurred in the arrest of me for trespassing at APD. So this is what I said. Now, we can look at it deeper if you guys want to. All this didn't need to happen. You know what I mean? I had already tried to let this go, and I told them that I would let it go, if I got at least a sincere, we're sorry this happened to you, and they didn't do that. They said, we're sorry that happened to you. In the case of me being assaulted by two police officers, but they didn't, they were like, oh, but that's not us taking responsibility for what happened. That's just us saying that we're sorry that it happened to you. And if you still have a problem with it, you can look at our disciplinary records. So I was like, all right, sure. You know what I mean? Cool. So I can just go to records and file that? And they were like, yeah. All right. So I go down to records. I tell them what I want, and they're like, we don't know if we can do this. And I'm like, well, I already talked to Internal Affairs. And these are guys that previously, said that the cops that did what they did to me were good to work. And then they eventually got fired, and that was supposed to be justice enough for me. Fuck them. But anyways, I digress. You know what I mean? They don't, the ladies at records don't know if they can get what I'm inquiring for. So I'm like, okay, well, check with your boss lady. They check with their boss lady, and they were like, well, we're going to approve it, but we don't know exactly what you want. And that's what I was like, okay, that's cool. Just give me an extra copy of the receipt, and I'll take it to Internal Affairs, because this has to do with their division, right? So I go back up to Internal Affairs, and I'm not, you see the names in my reply, but I get up there and I get into the office, and I'm like, yo, here's a copy of this, just so you guys know what I want. Hope to get these records pretty soon. And he's like, yo, have a seat. I'm like, no, I'm good. I just came to drop this off. I'm good. And he's like, no, you need to have a seat. And his Internal Affairs partner had blocked me into the office. And I'm like, all right, cool. And this is something that needs to be talked about in the case. I was totally compliant. I sat down. They said, man, you have a warrant out for your arrest. I said, for what? And they were like, looks like it's a capious warrant for speeding sometime during COVID. I don't even remember what the date was, but I was like, dude, you got to be shitting me. And they were like, yeah, dude, for real. And I'm like, capious? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, well, I don't really give a fuck. I don't have any money. So I could give two shits, like whatever. If that's the way it is, let's go, you know? So they marched me down to the courthouse. They told the bailiff, so he's here for a capious warrant. Capious means you're going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Capious means you're remanding yourself to custody to go to jail. So they tell the bailiffs this. And I sit there and they're like, well, you get to see a judge. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. You know, I go to see the judge and the judge was like, why do you want to remand yourself? I was like, what? He's like, yeah, why do you want to remand yourself? I was just going to give you community service for this speeding ticket. This is ridiculous. And I'm like, yeah, I thought so too. But I mean, like, I don't want to remand myself. I thought that this was a capious warrant. He was like, no, you never went to court. Like, he saw the dates and he was like, yeah, I mean, I get why you would be confused about the court date. So, like, I'm like, okay, cool. And I think in my head, like, these motherfuckers tried to set me up to go to jail. They tried to set me up to go to jail. These are the same cops that are supposed to be making sure that cops aren't doing the wrong shit, abusing their power. These same cops that are making sure that cops are not breaking the rules. And I have mad respect for fucking beat cops, but these are the cops that are in charge of the cops who make sure the cops don't do anything wrong, right? So I'm in my head, I'm like, dude, fuck that. That was retaliatory, and I want to know which one of these fucks said that I wanted to go to jail. So I go back the next day, and I go up to their office, and I'm like, yo, what's up? They're like, oh, you again? And I'm like, yeah, I'm back. Like, it wasn't a capious warrant. You lied. Which one of y'all told the judge that I wanted to go to jail? And they were like, we don't have to tell you. I'm like, no. I'm asking you, which one of y'all told the judge that I wanted to go to jail? Because it's bullshit. And he said, you know, I'm not going to warn you again. Like, or I'm going to give you 3 warnings. But you need to leave or you're going to be trespassed from the building. And I'm like, dude, you can threaten me with the law. I pay for this building. I pay your salary. Answer my question. He said, strike 1. I said, dude, I already told you. I pay your salary. I pay for this building. Trespassing from here would be nonsense. Which one of y'all told the judge I wanted to go to jail? And Merriman had come in and blocked the door. And he said, strike 2. So I said, you know what? I'll leave. But you guys give everybody around here a bad rap. You guys do. And y'all can kiss my ass. Dude said strike 3. They immediately started trying to put me under arrest. And I had been compliant the day before, and I was fully compliant with this, but I was talking shit. But at no time did I resist. Why I didn't get charged with resisting. But both of them arrested me, and then 5 more officers joined in. And this is all going to come to light because they want to go to court over this. So, okay, cool. We're going to go to court. But these guys, this is perfect. This is perfect for me to just show everyone how corrupt internal affairs is. And yet they want to make me out to be the criminal over trespassing. When they don't arrest, I worked at Toot and Totem, they don't arrest bums that are flashing their junk to children for trespassing. But they damn sure arrested me from the police station for having the nerve to want to do a public audit of the internal affairs division of Amarillo Police Department, because they are corrupt. And this case is going to show that. And that's why I'm making this video. So follow it if you want to. You don't have to, but I think it's going to be spicy. You guys will find out soon enough. Much love. I'm going to enjoy my time at the park. Later.